back from searching for Nancy Guthrie. And yeah, I just wanted to check in and see if any of you have any ideas where I should search. I have the dirt bike here. Um, I've got the dirt bike, got maps. I can go anywhere into the wilderness and try to bring Nancy home. So yeah, we'll just wait for some folks to join the stream. Live here outside Nancy Guthrie's house. Welcome to Exploring with Jim. I'm live here outside Nancy Guthrie's house. Just got back from a dirt bike ride, searching for Nancy Guthrie out in the wilds behind her house. I thought it was a good idea that perhaps the kidnappers had taken her from the house and then went towards the hills rather than back towards the town. I was thinking towards the hills would be. The question I have here: any underground bunkers? I searched. There's several culverts up there. There's a long arroyo that seems to go from here all the way to the mountains. Now, I rode the bike up that arroyo, and there's a lot of culverts that go underneath the roadways. So, I searched those just in the off chance that the kidnappers had left some sort of evidence or, Lord forbid anything happened to Nancy and then find anything like that there. But I also searched a lot of the vacant houses. There's a lot of these houses in this area are, they're unoccupied. There's very few houses here that are occupied. As you ride through the hills, it's vacant house after vacant house. I don't know if these are seasonal residences, but it certainly seems as though there's, like in a normal city, you go to the city, like there's cars in every driveway, there's garage open, there's children playing in the neighborhood. It's not like that up here. This is sort of not lonely, but it's a very quiet existence. I would say only one out of every 5 houses is occupied up that hill. There's some very interesting houses up there. It appears there's nobody home, but the garage doors are completely open and all of their belongings are inside the house. Is there a house for sale by Nancy? I wonder if that's been searched. There is a house for sale by Nancy. I can go search that. It's just up the road a little bit. I searched several houses that are for sale. So I'd see a house for sale and I would ride the motorcycle, try to go around look over the backyard. I would shout Nancy's name. But of course I didn't get any response yet. The dream, of course, is to ride the motorcycle to sort of the edge of the city and then see Nancy maybe abandoned, sitting under a tree waiting for somebody to pick her up. And then put her on the back of the bike, ride her down, and put her back into her home. That's the dream. But I'm not giving up hope. I just got here. How many cc's? This is a Suzuki 350. Wi-Fi is just horrible. Yeah, so just bear with me on this stream. Let me try to read some of the chat and then respond to some of you guys. I've been on this case since it broke. Really appreciate covering everything. Bring her home. How is the search going? The search is just beginning. I've searched for Riley Rodney up around Truckee. I searched for Sierra Lamar around Morgan Hill, California. I searched for Polly Klaas up in Petaluma and did some other searches as well. And the funny thing is here, there's no central search center. Like when I went to go search for Polly Klaas, there was a room and we had the maps and the sheriff was there and all of the volunteers would come and they would be assigned each a sector, and then they would highlight your sector, they would give you your sector, you go out and you do your search, which that's the way I think this search should take place. Now, I'm just going up, I'm up here just trying to do that same sort of thing myself on the bike. And, you know, it's such a big area. You think as much attention to this case, they would have this mapped. You would think they would have this mapped, but it doesn't seem to be mapped. There doesn't seem to be a lot of people up here. There's a lot of walkers, dog walkers, but I would think with this case, we would have horses on search and rescue. We would have motorcycles. We would have jeepers in the area. The thing you need to do is you need to put some pressure on the kidnappers. Put pressure on the kidnappers so that it gets hot near them, where there's people all around searching continually, and then hopefully they would just set her by the side of the road somewhere, and then one of us would pick her up. So that's sort of that's what I'm doing. I'm like, I see abandoned houses anywhere I can. I'm sort of circling around and, you know, trying to put heat on them. I have a big shirt that says, if you see something, say something. I ride my bike. I have my, I'm trying to live stream. The signal isn't very good up here. So I'm trying to live stream from the helmet cam, but I'm sort of rookie at that. So it's not, it's a little difficult to do. But that's not the main thing I'm here for. The main thing I'm here for is to do the search, to search for Nancy and to try to bring her home. You know, I was sitting in my house, I was sitting at home watching this case on TV, and the latest video from her daughter, Samantha, I think is Nancy's daughter's name. Samantha said, you know, we need help up here. If people can come up here and help search. And then that really struck me to the heart. I says, you know what? I've got the bike. I do a lot of hiking in the desert. I can come up here and help search. So I answered that call, and I'm hoping more people will come up here and answer that call as well. And there's a lot of attention, of course, to this case. I wish I could help. Savannah. Yeah, Savannah is her name. I wish I could help. You know, you're helping just by, you know, being on the stream and bringing attention to this case. Anything we can bring attention to the case. Attention kidnapper, put Nancy to pin location and leave so we will find you. Yes, I agree with that. Just put Nancy at a pinned location, send us the pin, and we'll come by and pick her up. Now, my thinking, of course, today was to search the area up along the hills. I thought perhaps they would take her from the house rather than go downhill towards town, which there's so many people down there and cameras and license plate readers and all of that they would go the opposite direction. So up towards the hills, towards the less populated areas. So that's where I was searching at this afternoon. I wasn't able to find anything, but even though you don't find anything, what you're doing is what I am doing is I'm checking off areas. So I've searched that area. I think tomorrow we'll be over by the Saguaro National Park. Try to search over towards the Saguaro National Park. The interesting thing about this place is a lot of private land. It's a lot of fences, a lot of gates. I remember when I was searching for Polly Klaas, we went up to search for Polly Klaas, and up on Petaluma, and that's all private land up there. But everybody just opened their gates. The gates were open to every piece of land. The trespassing laws were not enforced. The residents of the town just said, you know, come help search. So that's how the Polly Klaas hunt went. Unfortunately, they didn't find her alive, of course, but hopefully we'll have a better result in this case. So yeah, so I am here. Nancy's house is right up the way, right? Just I can show you where I'm at in relation. Hopefully we don't lose the stream here. That's the media area right up there. And I'm parked right here. And this is where I unloaded the bike and started my search. So I can basically go anywhere on the motorcycle. You know, I don't, Jim, any clues seen along the way so far? You know, the clues I've seen along the way so far is that there's a lot of abandoned houses here. There's a lot of empty houses. If you were somebody in this area, you would know that you would know houses that probably sit empty for month after month. Please check out that house that is for sale by Nancy, Long Realty. You know what? I'll do that. I'd take the stream up there right now, but I think we'll probably lose the connection. And then any sort of hints that you guys can think of. Get out your maps. Show some, get out your maps, look at any sort of street that, sometimes it's the feelings. If you have a feeling about an area, sometimes that rings true because we're really looking empty or abandoned houses. Maybe that's really what I should focus on, is just going to all of these houses that I see that look completely empty. A lot of Airbnbs in there. How long do you plan on being in Arizona? I plan on being here at least a couple of days. I'd like to say I'd be here as long as it takes, but I don't know how long it takes. Probably, I'll be here at least for several days. So at least I can say that I did my best. Look on a steep slope in a house or cabin. It's funny, I was coming in on the road. There's a lot of, like I say, the abandoned house thing I think is a really good idea. Because there's so many properties here that are empty. Not even abandoned houses, but just houses with no cars. I'm not saying it's abandoned with broken windows. It's just houses with no cars, and it doesn't look like anybody has lived in these houses for, how can we contribute money for you? You know what, I'm not really here for the money. I'm not actually, I have a PayPal and Zelle and all that sort of stuff, but I'm not here for the, I really don't want anybody to send any money to my PayPal. I'm just here to help find Nancy. Like I say, the dream is you're searching in the hills somewhere, putting pressure on these kidnappers, riding around the abandoned houses, and hopefully they say, gee, you know what? We got to get rid of this lady and get the heck out of here. And they just take her outside, set her underneath a tree somewhere where she can't walk. So she'll have, wherever they leave her, they're going to have to, wherever they have her, and they set her somewhere, she can't walk to go find help. She's going to have to stay wherever she's at until someone comes there and finds her. And the cell signal here is loud. She doesn't have a phone, but wherever she is, I can picture them putting her outside and then hoping for the best for her and driving away. And then maybe I or someone like me will be driving around in sort of an area that isn't, it's not going to be a busy road. It's going to be somewhere on the edges of civilization, would be my guess. So hopefully I or someone else will find her, put her in a car, put her on the back of the motorcycle, drive her home, and unlock the door and let her in her house and let her have a good night's sleep for once. Everybody says, oh, she doesn't have her medicine. You know what? But most people are over medicated. I'll bet she could live for months without medication. When she gets home, she'll probably check her blood pressure. Her blood pressure is probably better than it's ever been. You check her cholesterol level. Wow, Nancy, while they were holding you, your cholesterol is dropped, your blood pressure is better, and you've lost 10 pounds and you look great. So let's hope for that, right? So, like I say, I was up searching this afternoon, and I'm going to check my maps again and double check where I want to go next. It's the edges of civilization and the forest. That's my best guess. Because if you're going to leave someone, you would take them, to the end of a road, to the end of a dead end road. Somewhere where nobody's going to see you drop this person, and where we're going to have a hard time getting back. So, yeah. So that's the dream, is to, I had that dream with was it Casey? No, let's see. What was the truckie? I just said her name just a few minutes ago. I went up to go search for her, and that was also my dream. There was finding her, trapped in her car, giving her some water, and then taking her home to her parents. But I came up a day late. Kylie Rodney, yes, thank you so much. Yeah, I came up a day late on that case. You can check out my video. I have a Kylie Rodney video where I was on this bike searching for Kylie Rodney. So you might want to check out my Kylie Rodney video. The funny thing is, I did that video before I knew any of the details, and she was exactly where I thought she would be. She was, anyway, but that's a whole nother case. That's a whole nother case. So, yeah, I'm not a big believer in like psychics or map dowsers or mediums or, people that can see the future, that sort of thing. But you know what? I heard a case recently where they found someone underneath a floor of a house, and the medium or the map dowsers, whoever it was, had said for a long time that they were under that house. Now, I don't know if that's a coincidence or if they had something to do with it, or if it actually, someone reached out from the spirit world and let them know where this person was. Now, I'm not saying Nancy has passed away and she's going to reach out from the spirit world, but hopefully her guardian angel is someone who could reach out and maybe touch one of us and say, hey, you know what? You got to go look here, or sort of steer you, put a hand on your shoulder and steer your motorcycle this way and steer your motorcycle another way. Now, a guardian angel, California Psychics Hotline. Now, more than a psychic, but a guardian angel to direct you in the right direction to go. Sorry if I hesitate. I read the chat, and then while you're talking at the same time, it's very distracting. I love the chat. I love your guys' ideas, but I'm sorry if I'm hesitating while that's the Holy Spirit. Love you, Jim. Thank you so much. Yes, the Holy Spirit. God bless you. Absolutely. It's quite a thing that Nancy was missed at church. So there you go. The Holy Spirit, I'm sure, is at work in this case. And miracles do happen. So let's hope in this case. But yeah, I don't want to go too deep on the religious aspect of it, because right now we are in a search. We are in a search for Nancy, and it's really this case has grabbed everybody's attention. I mean, I don't think anybody's even watching the Olympics practically. I'm gonna have to watch the Olympics on rerun, because this thing has really taken just about everybody's attention. There's all sorts of cars coming up and down this road. I'll just show you this. There's more people coming. He's from Colorado. It's a Colorado plate. And then So more people rolling in. Please take us to the house you're mentioning. You know, I'm going to do that. I'll take you. The pacemaker itself cannot be tracked. Yes, the pacemaker cannot be tracked. Those pacemaker, the batteries on those things last forever. You know, I mean, pacemaker. Person has a pacemaker, they can live for. Thank goodness, actually, she has a pacemaker. Keep that heart beating. There's somebody from Texas just rolling in. So yeah, a lot of people coming in. Hopefully, they're going to help me search. You know, I should almost just set up a tent here and get my maps out and assign people areas to search, because this is what needs to happen. Just sitting around the house, you know, I'm doing the same thing as everybody else, sitting around the front of the house and streaming isn't going to find anybody. But I'm just, I'm just doing this, just taking a break from my searching. I'm definitely going back out there. So yeah, none of this. We got something from Colorado. So I came in here from California. I heard about the case, of course, and I saw Savannah requested help, and I loaded up my motorcycle, my car. I drove. It's about a 14-hour drive from where I live. About a 14-hour drive. I tried to get here last night, but I just didn't make it. I stopped in a rest stop, just slept in the back of my truck last night, and then got up early, and then drove straight down here, unloaded the motorcycle to get ready for my grid search, and unloaded the bike, put on all my gear. I'll show you my gear. Let me show you just a second, let me show you my gear, what I wear. I think you guys will like this. Yes, so this is my, so when you're on the dirt bike, you definitely, you don't want to fall. That's number one, right? And then, so this is your padded outfit. So, whoops, got a little bit inside out on that shirt. Let's see what's going on here. There we go. Sorry, give me just a minute. Yeah, that's the outfit. So basically, you're armored everywhere. You go down, and just in case we do find the right house, we can just bust in and take care of business. You know what I mean? I got no problem doing that. Arizona, I think Arizona is an open carry state in Arizona. I'm not carrying a weapon, but I don't think I'm going to need one. So yeah, this is the outfit, and then here we go. I think anybody sees me coming, they're probably going to think twice about holding a hostage. Anyway, that's the outfit on the grid search. I don't think there's a better way to search for someone than on a motorcycle. Honest to goodness, can go anywhere. I was in this arroyo over here, sandy, rocky. You can just go. You can just go right through just about anything. And let me show you the bike. We'll see if we can start it up, huh? Just for the heck of it. I might start after this stream. I'm gonna go back and do some searching again. You guys might want to make sure you check back on the channel, and I'll try to stream the search. And I think the abandoned houses, I like the idea. The more I talk about it, is there's so many houses up here that are empty. I'm not talking abandoned with broken windows, but houses you can just tell there's nobody there, and there hasn't been anybody for weeks. I think this area has a lot of part-time residents. So yeah, see if we can start the bike for the heck of it. It's old school kick. You know, most of the modern bikes you can just push the button. There you go. This is the same bike I used to help search for Sierra Lamar, Kylie Rodney, and some others. I haven't found, of course, a missing person yet. But what you do when you're taking part in a search, you're freeing up other areas for other people to search. So yeah, that's the plan. Let's see. I just read some comments. Vroom vroom, brap. Yeah, glad you like the bike. I saw you talking to JR this morning. You're going searching. God bless you. Thank you so much, Sherry. Appreciate that. Jim Knievel. Yeah, there you go. I just I don't want to crash going over the Caesar's Palace fountains. That's for sure. Evil is my hero, of course. Grew up on Evel Knievel. I had a GS 750E. Yeah, I've actually, this is just one of my bikes. I have about 6, I think. Way too many motorcycles. So I'm definitely gonna go search. We can, if you guys want, I can try to take you up the hill and then take a look at the house. Anybody want to go for a walk up the hill? Prayers and be safe. Yes, thank you so much. That's the number one thing, is to be safe. No question about it. Okay, so up the hill. We'll go up the hill, and then hopefully we don't lose the stream. I'm going to go up in this outfit, so we're probably going to attract a little bit of attention. There's a lot of normies up there, so and what we're doing is a little unusual. They're just sitting up there. They're not searching. Now, if we took all those people that are up this road and we put them all on dirt bikes and we had them fan out across the area and kick in some doors, maybe we'd find somebody, you know what I mean? So this is, let's walk up the hill. I'll probably lose the stream. I hate to lose the stream, but I think we've talked about it pretty well. And we're gonna do abandoned houses with, that look like nobody has been there for a while. We're gonna peek in some windows. And my guess is she's not very far away. What do you think? I'll bet she's not very far away. I think we look at all of these houses with no cars, that nobody's been there for a while. We'll look at front doors, back doors, lots of homeless out there at night. You know, yeah, there could be some homeless out there at night. You know, I'm not sure where I'm going to spend the night tonight. Mexico, like somebody has the idea of Mexico. You know, that's my other idea, is that she's along the border. Now, she would be too hot of a commodity to take across the border, but let's say I was a cartel kidnapper. I would take her to the border, wait for my $6 million in Bitcoin or however much, wait for my Bitcoin, and then kick her out, go across the border, and then cash my Bitcoin in some shady bank on the other side of the border, and disappear into Mexico. You know, that's a Finger Rock Canyon. You know, I saw Finger Rock Canyon on the way up here. It's not a bad idea. It's a little bit of, you know, while I was up at Finger Rock Canyon, though, there was tons of ATVs up there. So I think that area is being covered by the recreational off-roader. I'd go to a mine or cave somewhere out in the distance. Jim, tell us where to send money so we can pay for the hotel for tonight. Why don't you go to a hotel and we donate? Um, yeah, I think that's a really beautiful idea. I love that. I really appreciate that. But I really don't want any money from this. This is, it's I don't know what you call it. It's a charitable event. It's something that has good karma to try to help find someone. So I really don't want to give out my PayPal or anything. So, but let's walk up the hill. I think I'm going to lose the stream though. Let's see. Let me just think some more through this before we go up there, just in case we lose the stream. Let's go to, I can research the area up around her house, just right around in this 10 block area. Now these houses, they sit back and they're very secluded. Like her neighbor, you can't see her neighbor from her house. She could be in her neighbor's house and you wouldn't even know it. Now, but I would think it would be a house, it's probably not one of these are very affluent people. My guess is it's possible. I'm just grasping at straws here. It's possible that she's being held in a nearby house, an unoccupied house that, it's very easy to find. I mean, just driving around here, I could see all these houses that are unoccupied, and it doesn't look like anybody's lived there. Or don't get shot, Jim. Yeah, no question about that. Yeah, don't get shot. I won't. I should have brought my bulletproof vest. But we all have to take risks. This is an all hands on deck situation. So, we have to take some risks. Got to get out in the desert, and we have to search. I mean, I was sitting at home, just watching other people's streams. And I thought, you know what? I'm not doing any good over here. Let me get out there and try to do some good. Now, just another thing on the stream. If anybody wants to use the stream, share the stream. It's all public use. Just don't have to credit me with anything. Just go ahead and grab anything out of it, or put it on your own site, or put it on your own YouTube channel. It's totally fine with me. I'm not going to sue anybody, of course. So we're all here just for one cause, and that's to actually find Nancy. So I talked to JLR earlier this morning when I got here, and I guess he did a little bit I talked to him a little bit about what I was planning on doing, and what a heck of a nice guy. That guy is really JLR is one of a kind. He's out here he's one of the reasons I came down here is I was a subscriber to JLR. I'm watching JLR. I'm like, you know what? I got to get down there and help search. So he's doing an incredible job by putting out different sites. I asked him this morning, what's your idea? Where should I go search? And he liked my idea of going on the edge, sort of the edge of civilization, and then looking in it. But I think he didn't have the abandoned houses idea. I think the abandoned houses idea this afternoon, I think I'll do more abandoned houses, look at abandoned houses. And then tomorrow morning, possibly do along the border somewhere. Do along the border. I think, you just do the same sort of thing I'm doing here, but along the border town. Now what piqued my interest was that Rio Pico or whatever the name of the town was. They had that guy the other day. And it really makes sense that you would have somebody at the border, get the money, head across the border, because Nancy wouldn't be across the border. It'd be too difficult to Rio Rico. Yeah, there you go. Thank you so much. She'd be too hot of a commodity to take with you across the border. So, so that is the stream. Everybody get ready for some live searching. I'm going to throw on the helmet cam. We're going to do some live searching together. If I lose the signal, what I can do is I can simply record it and then upload it to my YouTube channel. Jim, you're not searching alone, are you? Yes, I am searching alone. Okay, I'm totally here solo. There's nobody here with me. I am just searching alone. So, but I don't know if you look at my channel. I've walked across the 40-mile desert. I rode my motorcycle everywhere you can imagine. I've slept in mud puddles. Um, I've been a outdoorsman my whole life. So I got like the boots. I got like the gaiters on the boots. You could literally you can walk through anything. I run 5 miles a day, so it's just going out in the desert and searching really isn't anything for me. So one of my recent things I was doing was I was searching for cannons out in New Mexico. So the Confederate Army, they were retreating through New Mexico. If you ever seen the movie The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and they abandoned a bunch of cannon out in the middle of a desert in New Mexico. I was 50 miles out, middle of nowhere, searching for these cannons. So I don't know, man. It's just I like to just get out. This is sort of what I was born to do. And if anybody can find Nancy, I think I've got as good a shot as anybody. You know what I mean? So yeah, we'll get. Sadly, people are ruthless. They disappear. Yes, the people are ruthless out there. You're in your element, my kind of guy. Thanks, Kelly. Sketch title: is this guy admitting to being sorry? I didn't involve in Nancy. I don't know what he's talking about there. Yeah, so I don't have any moderators on the stream, so it's just me, and there you go, some more guys there. I don't know, they're all from out of state. Very interesting. Yeah, that's another thing. You have to look at the cars, look. You never know, the kidnappers or somebody involved. In my opinion, it's I work at the History Museum. Would love to see you stop by the History Museum. Yeah, I'd like to do that. Yeah, I'm a huge history buff. So where's the History Museum? Almost 10,000 subscribers. Who's got 10,000 subscribers? It can't be me. Thank you for your engagement with us. Yes, my pleasure. If you're in Ohio, I'll help you search. A little less talking, a little more searching. That's for sure. I know, I'm looking at this stream and going on for 40 minutes blabbing. But you know what? My phone was dead, and then I'm sitting here charging it while we go. So, the History Museum is in New Mexico. Awesome. So let's, sorry, I gotta go back. You have 9,000 subscribers. That's huge because when I started this, I had 3,000 subscribers, which is, that's pretty funny. It's an incredible, the YouTube community is absolutely incredible. The people watching YouTube, for one thing, not away from this, the humor. You watch some video and the chat. I don't know how you guys think of these funny things to say. It's just absolutely hilarious. And then the ideas, because it's you guys are maybe at home, you have a computer, you're Googling things, news is coming in, because I'm just out here in the field. Honestly, she could have been found by now and I wouldn't have any idea, because I'm talking to you. This is my only device. I'm really not sure what's going on out there. I'm just some guy out here searching. So why don't we walk up the hill? You want to walk up the hill, and then thanks. Yeah, I like my colors, red, white, and blue, baby. Here we go. Let's go. Yes, sir. Okay. I'll tell you what, we'll walk up the hill. We'll take a walk. If we lose the stream, that's okay. I'm going to come back on when I do some more searching, and um, we'll search together. Okay, we'll knock on some doors of some abandoned houses. And with you guys watching, I think I'll feel a lot better actually knocking on doors of abandoned houses, because if anything happens, call the sheriff for me, okay? Because if anything happens, just call the sheriff. Yeah. That's not actually not a bad idea. What I think I'll do is I'll tell you my streets, and I'll tell you the street, I'll tell you the address. Each time when I go up to a place, that way I have, yeah, that way I have, this shit sucks here. Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't say that myself. It's just a comment that people are making. Yeah. Be safe, Jim. Thank you very much. Good Lord, this guy's worse than JLR. Yeah, I'm a big blabber, right? Never alone when you're alone. Yeah, that's true. Let's go up the hill, huh? We'll go take a look. Okay, let's go up the hill. Like I say, it may attract a little attention because I'm not dressed like the normal person up here. Let's see, lock the truck. Right on, huh? I don't think anybody steal my helmet. Okay, guys, come along with me. So let me turn you around. I think I can turn you around. Here's this guy that just rolled up from Colorado. That's a nice truck. What you should do is come out here and search with me. Here's one of the next door neighbors' houses here. Big barrel cactus. This guy's really awesome. He's giving away coffee and donuts to anybody that comes by, the media. I ate here, the searchers. I don't know who he's with, but hey, who are you with, brother? Dang, you're awesome, man. That's amazing. Yeah, right on. Yeah, I was up searching the hills today, so when I get back on the motorcycle, I'll do some more searching. It's terrible, isn't it? Where would you search? You don't even know?
I'm not from, I live here, but I'm not originally from here.
Right.
So I couldn't even do this.
Yeah, I came down from California to help. And my goal today was just to hit all that area sort of in between the city and the mountains up along that ridge. And I did a lot up there, a lot. But, one thing I've noticed is a lot of abandoned, not abandoned, but just vacant houses around here. I'd say 60% or 70% of the houses are actually vacant, and they don't look like anybody's been there for quite some time. So, yeah, so I think I might knock on some doors of some vacant houses. Right on, brother. Thanks for being here. Huh? You're awesome.
Take care.
Here you go, guys. This is what's happening here. We got Texas. I'm at the very end of the line. Hopefully I don't lose the stream. Yeah, JLR is awesome. I've been watching JLR for a long time.